Hello, everybody, and welcome to another daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. I bet you didn't expect to see me this afternoon, did you? I thought I'd nip in and give you a little bit of an extra. I see there's 7 people in the chat that have jumped in straight away, and this also serves as a bit of a tester as well. I'm actually sitting on my PC in my living room at the moment. Hi, Kirky Bailey, good to see you. I'm sitting on my PC in my living room at the moment. You can see everything behind me, and it was really just a tester because last time I did this, we got it a bit wrong with the sound. It sounded a bit tinny. Hello, Karen B. Hello, Ali B. Good to see you. Mally Simpson, Joe Murray, my friend. Hello, good to see you. Yes, I've actually got the place to myself. I don't know how long for, so I thought I'd sneak on here. Ents Man Joe Higgins, hello to you. Babs McKay, Lorna McKenzie, Michael Castrian, hello, Cupcake. And M. Perry, good to see everybody, and thank you for joining me. I don't know how long this is going to last for. I might have Jack come crashing through the door at any minute, but I did make a quick phone call on the old dog and bone before I came down. Just to see if I could get away with this for a time. You know, it was a crazy day yesterday. I had a monster day on the motorways, and you know, we know the verdict of the trial and everything. And I was like, oh my God, it was kind of mind blowing. And I had to do that live yesterday. We had something like 300 and something people in there all at once, and I think a few thousand people have watched it in replay, so I was quite happy about that. Hello, Joanne Stafford and Karen B. Good to see you as well. Now, there was a couple of bits that I wanted to go over today. I mean, this is literally an extra live stream. A kind of surprise, I'm here. And then I may do a walk along with you later when I'm walking to my friends later on when I go for a beer with him, which is in my agenda. I can assure you of that. Hello, Jay Goose. Before I do, can you give me a sound check? How do I sound? 1 for good, 2 for bad, 3 for tinny, as in Tinny. That'd be interesting to see. I mean, I like all this because it's pretty cool. Hey up, Andy, and all in chat. Thanks for a good stream last night. Alan, I got your last message. I will take you up on that later. My phone is on charge at the moment. 1 good. 3 slightly tinny. Yeah, I've got the... where are we? Hi, Andy. Picture's a bit cracked. Keep pausing. I've had a wireless symbol turn up on my thing a couple of times. I mean, if this goes Pete Tong, I'll come off it and go on my phone. But that's what I wanted to. That's what I wanted to think about. No, I've not spoken to Alex today or emailed or anything like that. My last communication was with him yesterday. Just a brief exchange of messages, really. Speaking of Alex, that's one of the first things I wanted to talk about. Obviously, we know the verdict, and we know it's blown all our minds, and we're thinking, what the hell? Will he appeal? Won't he appeal? And everything else. And I was having a look for some additional information this morning, and I noticed that a statement has been released by the CPS via way of the Nottingham Post, which I will share with you. So bear with me. I'll work out what button to push. I'll bring that up. There we go. Okay, I'm assuming everybody can see this all right. Let's try and make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, there we go. Let's take my boat race out of it. Mark Hampson, I'm on the same system. It's just I'm sitting in my living room on my computer rather than doing it through my phone. That's the difference. But yes, this is the statement released by the CPS regarding what happened yesterday. The CPS is determined to protect victims of stalking and prevent reoffending. Cases of stalking are usually understood as the perpetrator physically following the victim or harassing them in person. This did not appear to be the case here. He was a constant presence online on social media in the victims' lives. This is according to the CPS. His actions online, whether in the form of messages sent directly to people, personal comments directed at them from his broadcasts, or him contacting friends, family and colleagues, had the same devastating impact on his victims. They were not easy to avoid, as even when the victim turned off their social media or blocked him, he would find other routes, change his email address, or contact people close to them. He would also ask followers of his channel to assist by sending their emails and tweets along to those that, you know, he wanted to pass comment about. The CPS's case was that the sustained nature of this amounted to stalking. Alex argued in his defence that as a journalist and broadcaster, his conduct amounted to free speech. The CPS presented evidence that his conduct went beyond that, which, you know, the limits of freedom of speech, and adversely impacted the victim's right to a private life. There was a large amount of material in this case harvested from various social media outlets and email addresses. The CPS worked closely with the police team to present an account of the messages and broadcasts so the jury could be clear about the volume and nature of the communications. The victims gave their evidence to demonstrate to the jury the impact all this had on them. Not an easy process, and some of them were cross-examined by Alex himself, as we know, when his QC became ill. The CPS supported these victims in giving their evidence and obtaining special measures, and it's only thanks to witnesses being prepared to come forward that it could all happen as it did. That's the crux of it all there for you. That's the statement directly from the CPS. Now, we read this and we hear what's said from you know, his point of view, and it's just simply mind-blowing, isn't it? And you know, besides like it, Alan Edge, yeah, besides what we have been told in the press, does this present an example, or does this set an example of what the rest of us can expect from our right to say things, our right to judge and the right to say? Where is the limit? You know, by me sitting here talking about this right now, am I in trouble? You know, it's very, very bad. I've read a lot of the comments over the course of the last 24 hours, and as I said last night, there's some that are for and some that are against and some that are very against, and you know, we'll have to wait and see what happens. I wanted to bring you that statement because you know, it's relevant in the grand scheme of things to keep you all informed, and I'm doing what I said I would do. I would keep you all informed. You know, that's the way of things. Personally, I'm gutted. I can't believe this has happened, but we've just got to see what happens on September the 16th. I will not comment on this any further. I daren't. Nobody daren't. You know, we'll see what happens. But of course, you know, we'll have to see what comes out over the next few weeks. I've seen a lot of people in the post saying RIP Archie. I was keeping an eye on that this morning. I assume that the machine has now been disconnected and Archie has now gone. If I'm reading this correctly, can somebody verify that for me? I would be grateful. Literally a minute before I came on, I did check that just to see if there was any extra news, and I didn't see it, but I'm assuming that's the case. I mean, the thing is now with Archie, it's been in the news and it's been there for, you know, every day. LBC 2 p.m. news. Thank you, Mark. You know, for Christ's sake, we've just got to let them deal with their grief. Let them rest in peace. Let Archie rest in peace. Don't keep putting them on the news and sensationalising it any further. You know, the poor lad is gone. Is there a lesson to be learned? You know, what are these kids expert? So many questions, but you know, leave them be now. Leave them in peace. Let them grieve in private. And you can see a black and white picture behind me of my two kids on the wall there, and it's every parent's worst nightmare, isn't it? You're not supposed to bury your kids. It's an awful state of affairs. But that's that one. We've got just over 100 people in the chat, folks. That's pretty good for a Saturday afternoon. And welcome to everybody that's just joined us. If you haven't done so already, this is an extra live stream. I'd appreciate it if you would hit the like button and the thumbs up and give me that. This is a bit of a test run as well. I've got people saying that the picture's a little bit fuzzy. And the sound's a little bit tinny. I've got one of those Logitech webcams up there, which I'm talking to and looking at. And you know, maybe if we're going to use the PC in future, we might need to look at this again, and maybe a little bit of an upgrade. Usually, I do everything on my mobile phone, so you know, it's one of those things. Let's have a look in the chat. Joe Murray, it looks and sounds good to me. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. I'm on fibre broadband here, and sometimes one of my kids can be downloading something on one of their games consoles I don't know about, and it just blows it out. Terry McKee, hello from East Belfast. Good to see you. Entsman John Higgins, I don't understand why this is mind-blowing. He's an insufferable attention seeker. I'd suggested his case was doomed from the outset, and he arrogantly thought he could defend himself. Well, as I know from personal experience right now, the CPS are a pain in the arse. They're so bureaucratic. They literally look into every single detail when they're approving building a case, and they obviously felt they had enough information to go with, and maybe representing himself may have been an error in judgment. Who knows? We don't. That's the point. But yes, perfectly valid opinion there, Entsman John Higgins, and welcome also. Chrissy Williams, hello, good to see you. Let's see what else. Tony Whitworth. Wizard of Oz fact, turns out the big guy who collected his 10% from all over the world wasn't a big guy, but a little guy who couldn't put a sentence together. LGB. Hello, Christine. It's good to see you. Yeah, lots of you making comments about poor little Archie. That's awful, awful, awful news. And again, my condolences to the family. Yeah, Christine is. I mean, I don't know whether Joe Murray could answer this. Is there such a thing as simple stalking in America? I've never heard of it. You know, over here, I've heard of stalking, and I've heard of cyber stalking, which is a relatively new offence over the last couple of years. So, you know, I've never heard of it. At the end of the day, you know, he was found guilty based on the strength of whatever evidence was there and the jury's interpretation of it. We'll have to see what happens over the next few weeks. Will he appeal? Will he not? This is, you know, one of those things we need to wait and discover. We do have stalking as a criminal charge. So being criminal charge, Joe Murray, I assume that can come with a custodial sentence if one is found guilty. I assume that's the case. Hi, Andy. Hope I find you well. Have a good day, me old mucker. Thank you, Denny Johnson. Good to see you. Yes, we move on now to the cost of living. You'll see a video come out later where I've put something on about dear Rishi-Washi and a little video that's leaked out online. And it proves without a shadow of a doubt how out of touch the guy actually is. And, you know, we're all struggling in this country. We're all struggling in others. And I found this little ditty earlier that Alan Edge sent me over that I thought was quite cool. And it really illustrates what the hell's going on. I'll share this with you now. All right, let's get the screen changed. Bear with me. There we go. Yes, this comes from the Stoke-on-Trent News, and it lists out all the profits and earnings of, you know, all the chief execs in all the big companies. British Gas made a profit of £1.3 billion between January and June. BP announced profits of £6.95 billion between April and June, and Shell has profited also. John Pettigrew, boss of National Grid, received a £6.5 million bonus on his salary. Chris O'Shea, even more so, £2 million. And I'm about to be invaded. Oh, hello, Jack.
What's going on?
I'm doing a live on the computer. Would you like to say hello to everybody?
Hello.
Hello. Hang on a minute. See? Who's that?
What's this?
He's coming with a fast food menu. And it's upside down.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Honesty and Truth says, hello, Jack. To those of you that have not met him already, this is my son, Jack. Christine is saying, hello, Jack.
Say that every time.
Yes, hello, Jack. Joe Murray says, hello,
Can I
mate.
show them what I got them for my birthday?
You want to show them what... go on then.
So, one of my favourite presents, well, my favourite, is a Nintendo Switch. I play Football Mario.
Yes, he got a Nintendo Switch for his birthday.
And I got this yesterday or the day before that.
Oh, yes, look, the old... You want to give him a demonstration?
What about?
The old swingy like you do. Eh?
Lightsaber. Nicely. And also, they detailed it as well. Because in your training on the Star Wars, you have to find these, and they actually put one in it.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Well, hey, Nintendo Switch, King Corona says, you know what? The computer's here and the front door's there. And I thought they were going to nannies, but they're back.
I wanted to get that so I could play at nannies.
Oh, you are going to nannies, okay. So Denny Johnson's just said wicked lightsaber. Have you shown them your swing? The old,
What?
the twirly, swingy, fast thing. That's the thing. Yeah, love that, Alan Trotter. But yes, he got this yesterday, and he's kind of loving it.
Okay, what does Obi-Wan say here? Like, this is his name. What does he say in this scene?
I've been hijacked.
Look. No. Mummy, show yourself. Go on. Go on the live. Come on the live. Don't be scared.
Just say hello.
Come on.
Come on. This is Mrs. Gabby Cabby Dawn.
Oh, for God's
hello.
sake.
See? Oh my God. There you go. There's two of the family and the other one's out. So there you go. Anyway, what's going on? Oh, okay. Have a switch. Excuse me while I deal with the Jedi in the background. Come here. Oh my God. What now?
I want to show them finals. So, is it a fart ninja?
I will be back.
Is it a fart ninja? Don't fart. And I got these for my birthday. Absolute wicked.
So somebody's just asked, is Jack fitted with Duracell batteries?
Yes.
Yes, definitely yes.
So this is a game. It's a memory game.
I hope you're taking note of this. You've got to kind of remember things. You know you've got 114 people watching you push my buttons right now. Oh, your buttons, sorry.
Okay, I'll just end it.
You just end it. Not a moment's peace. You're right, Paul Hoskins.
Can I show them my best Pokemon card?
just quickly, and then I need to carry on. Hello, Julie Keys. I've just seen you. You're there.
Sorry, Dad's been hijacked.
Dad's been hijacked. Come on. They're all going, hello, Mrs. Cabby. Yes, you've probably not seen her yet. She tends to hide away from cameras. Doesn't like her picture taken. She's far better looking than me. Have you found it, Jack?
No.
Come on.
Well, here's my third best card. I've got 210 as well.
Okay.
I'm trying to find my card. So here's my... Oh, I think I found it. So here's my 220. That's my second best card.
Now you're showing off. I haven't seen a moderator today, Lucinda. This was fairly unannounced, this one. Tell me what errors you're getting. Come on, Jack. The viewers are dropping like flies.
Jack, come on, darling. So I just read the next one. Oh, I found it. It was right at the bottom.
Right at the bottom? Well, it had to be. Come on. What we got?
270.
Hey, look at that. Excellent.
And my other one's a 220, and it's the same one, but I think I got a rainbow version of that.
Okay.
And I got a rainbow human. He don't have health.
That's Flash. All right, come on. Off your pop.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh,
I
yeah.
love you.
Right, love you too. See you later.
Do you have all three? Where's the golf one?
I don't know.
This is the golf one. What is this the golf one? Yeah, that's the golf one.
Is the other one in?
Oh, say bye.
Yeah, the super strikers one's in there. Later, come on.
Oh my God. All right, we get it. You love me. Go on.
Bye.
Bye. They're all saying goodbye.
We'll get my first family member on soon. Probably not.
I doubt it.
He'll be embarrassed.
Yes, absolutely. Goodbye.
I need to do one thing. Subscribe, like, don't dislike, hit the notification bell. Bye.
Did you hear all that? Yes, subscribe, like, and do what Jack tells you. And that's all there is to it. Oh my God. Thank you, Joe Murray. I appreciate that. Usually I try, usually I try and do the streams and everything out of the way. So, I can just do it and have Jack on every now and again. But I'm actually sitting in my living room today, as I said, and was like, oh. I actually phoned her before I came on to see where they were, what they were doing, to try and calculate if I had enough time to do this. And all of a sudden, whoosh, like a freaking whirlwind. Oh my God. The richest man is a man with his own family. Steve H. I love that. That is brilliant. And I'll tell you what, that does make you feel very rich indeed. Every day you wake up and it gives you purpose as well. Very much purpose. Let's have a look at some of the comments and then we'll go back to what we were doing. And thank you for all your kind comments about my son and my wife, by the way. It's very much appreciated. Marianne Williams. I love the one that asked whether he was on Duracell batteries or not. That was great. But is that Pokemon cards? I used to collect those. I had the Charizard as a kid. What the hell's a Charizard? Yeah, okay. Vim Paraffin, Andy, who isn't better looking than you? My wife's better looking than me. It doesn't take a lot. She's got one less chin for stars. No errors here. Glitches for glitches. Jack is a space invader. Yes, I think he may well be, especially today. Excellent. Right, back to that plot, everybody. I was talking about, the whole energy thing in this country. And this list here basically says how much they are taking the piss out of us. Centrica's non-executive directors were paid almost £1 million. Scottish Power CEO 1.15 million, and the list is endless. I mean, some of the bigger ones. I mean, here, top execs enjoyed shares of 4.65 million. Thames Water's Sarah Bentley received a £727,000 bonus on top of her £2 million annual salary. And then you look, meanwhile, people who haven't had breakfast and or lunch today because they can't afford it, people using food banks because food is becoming quite the luxury. I mean, the prices of some stuff is going up ridiculously. Children celebrating a birthday without presents. If that is true, that is tragic. That is seriously, seriously tragic. People can't get to work because they can't afford to put petrol in the car. And it's all the basic necessities of life there that, you know, really bite. And I don't think some of these guys really care. It's like they're in a league of their own as to what's going on with everything in our lives. The mind absolutely boggles beyond all comprehension, really. And what gets me as well is the sheer amount of, I suppose, taxation and everything else that's on this. When it's to do with, you look at the situation in other countries, how they handle the cost of living, it's completely different to us. You know, like the French, for example, do things differently to us. I know we always bitch and moan about the French and complain about them, but, you know, it's just an example of another country where they deal with it differently. Let's have a look again. We have 88 likes. Okay, folks, if you haven't done so already, give me thumbs up in the chat. It's good to see you all, as I said. If you haven't done so already and you are new here, or you've watched me a couple of times, please subscribe to the channel. That would be wonderful. It's completely free to do. We do have channel memberships. They're only £1 a month if you want to support us in that way. Also, that's wonderful. I appreciate it. Rishi Sunak is now blaming people on benefits for inflation. Yes, I saw a choice video earlier today where he was chastising people on benefits and blaming them for all our woes, including inflation. And I may bring that to you later, but there is another video coming out later involving Rishi where he doesn't present himself in a very good light. And I genuinely believe he probably has blown it, to be honest, but we will see. Net zero caused this recession. End of. Denny Johnson, you've got a valid point there. They were in such a damn rush to get this done. It's completely screwed the entire place, hasn't it? That coupled with the lockdown we've had and other factors, we're in a whole world of trouble. You know, where does this end? Where does it end? Yeah, Alan Edge, where are you? Let's find your comment. Andy mentioned a French energy cap, 4%. Yeah, it's come to light that the French will not allow their energy cap to go over 4%. You know, I mean, they're saying in this country now that the energy cap will be assessed more regularly. Now, in my view, that means they'll put the price up more regularly. So, you know, we've got horror forecasts for October. We've got horror forecasts for later on in the year. It's, you know, absolutely crazy times in this country. And, you know, our price cap is a lot more than that 4%, the French are saying. I want to draw your attention to a video that Katie Hopkins put online. It's about 6 minutes long, but I want to play a bit of it for you. I mean, I had a conversation with someone about Katie Hopkins earlier, and I thought, I never used to like her, but you know, the way she comes across with certain things, particularly when it's about the welfare of the people and, you know, what's going on in day-to-day lives. I'm really starting to take to the way she comes across, but you know, you can see for yourself. Let's add this to the stream. I don't know whether you'll see the picture entirely, but there you go.
up to. There's about 9 things that are really useful. Number one, the energy price rise, the price cap, is set at 4%. They will not allow it to go up above 4%. And you can say, oh yes, but they're nationalised, they're state-owned. But still, they are making that cap 4%, so people will know what they're going to pay, and it's fixed at that rate. Secondly, they're reopening state coal-fired plants. So instead of saying, oh, we must all be totally green, net zero is everything, let's all eat insects and bugs and go back to the dark ages, they're saying we've got an energy problem, let's reopen coal-fired power stations while we work out what we're going to do. They've put up pensions by 4%. And you can say, oh yes, but that adds to the national debt. And we'll come to that later. They have capped rent increases at 3%. Again, delivering certainty for people who will know what their fixed costs are on a monthly basis, and those are being kept low. They're making it easier to cancel online subscriptions, and I love this one because it's so general, it applies to everyone, and it allows people to work through their accounts, look at their bank, see where money's going out, and see what they can stop. And the government are going to make it easier for you just to click one button to stop subscriptions or payments that you don't need to be making when you have to prioritise other things. It's genius, and it's available for everybody. They abolished the TV licence, just like that. No public kind of cat o' nine tails in the streets wailing about the BBC and how great an institution it is and how everything will collapse. And what will we do if we don't have the BBC? They just stopped asking people to pay for it, and the state will pay for it instead. And people still have the comfort of being able to watch the TV that they love, but they can save some money whilst they're doing it. They are laying on a transport bonus for workers and also a fuel allowance for workers. If you need to get to your job and you need to put fuel in your car or your truck or your vehicle to do that, the government will assist you through employers with support to get the fuel you need to be able to get to work to do your job. And they're making a reduction at the pumps, around 15 cents. They want to put it up to about 30 cents. But either way, more generally, there's a sense that these pump prices are too high and something needs to be done about it. A couple of things here. Number one, certainty. One of the things all of these policies deliver, or many of them, is certainty. The price can only go up by this, 4%. My pension will go up by this. Rents can only increase by 3%. I can cut costs here and here. People have certainty. And one of the things you see in the UK, and it's not talked about, is it's the uncertainty that really upsets British households, because people need to plan. People need certainty. Many people need certainty more than others in order to feel kind of okay about their life. In order to cope with other things, they need certainty in the mundane. And we don't have certainty in the mundane here in the UK anymore. It's completely been taken away by this government and their actions. Number two, the public purse. You can say, well, Katie, you're supposed to be some sort of conservative. You're supposed to be some sort of, you're a Thatcher lover. I bloody still am. You want to have the free market, well. Yes, but you can't really lecture me about the public purse and how we don't want to increase costs to the public purse and how all of this French stuff is very expensive. At the same time as our public purse is basically being opened and pounds and money being sort of pumped out all over the place to mates of the government. £4.7 billion from the public purse is still missing in action after COVID, after PPE contracts. 13.4 billion was spent on contracts, mostly to mates of the government. So if the public purse is so important that we protect it, how come no one cared when the money was going to their mates or into their own pockets? And finally, and most importantly, what the French are glorious at, apart from the fact that their women are incredibly attractive in a tailored pant with a drawstring waist and a small body and a lovely pair of slip-on leather shoes in the heat, smoking all day. What the French are glorious at is they are only ever one step away, one teeny tiny tiptoe away from revolting in the streets. The spirit of revolution lives with the French. We saw it with the Gilets jaunes every weekend, and we saw it when they tried to introduce the vaccine passport in restaurants. The French went and got their picnic blankets and their fabulous glassware, and they had picnics outside the restaurant to show they would not be stopped from eating on the sidewalks where they chose and in the streets where they preferred. That's the marvellous thing about the French. Those are the steps they're doing to make the cost of living crisis less burdensome for ordinary people, and most importantly, they're delivering certainty. And the big question that no one in our media seems to be asking is, why aren't our government doing the same?
There's the question, folks. Why aren't our government doing the same? Why are they doing something different to what we are? It's pretty scary when you hear the statistics from another country about the measures that are being taken, isn't it? This is the daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby, everybody. A little bonus one for you. I hope everyone's doing okay today on this Saturday afternoon. Looking out my window, it's pretty sunny out there. Hope it is where you are. If you haven't done so already, folks, please make sure you hit the like button for me. That'd be good. Did everybody hear everything of that Katie Hopkins video okay? I felt it was prudent to play it because it had a lot of information in there. And I was kind of trying to jiggle the windows around just the best I could. And just to show you what, it's happening somewhere else. We are royally getting shafted in this country day by day. And we look at this crap. It's bad. I've had a couple of people here, Lisa Farr being one of them that's just popped up. What MSN did to Katie's character, because truth hurts. She was completely and utterly destroyed by the media in this country because they didn't like what came out of her mouth. There's a lot of these left-leaning types that are in the news and media, print and everything these days. They hate things being delivered in a certain way, even if it's truth, even if it's with a slight spin. They hate people like Katie Hopkins because she's inconvenient to the truth of what's going on. But when you do your own research, as Christine Ayres recently commented on here, you start to find out other things, don't you? And that's what it's all about. That's where this form of media comes in. We look beyond it. We try and find out what's really going on out in the big wide world. I'm going to have a look through the chat and pick out some comments just for the last minute or two, and then we'll wrap things up. Where are we? Here. Electric cars going up in flames all over. That clearly buggers up zero carbon. Not easy to put an electric car out. Most burn out to a shell. Learned a lesson with mobile with this volatile fuel. Every time I see a car fire now, I do wonder whether or not it's an electric one, easily. If everyone is struggling, does this mean bad news for the cafes and restaurants? You can see that one coming, can't you? I mean, if our prices are going up, their buy-in prices for their ingredients will go up. Even if you go down the markets, everything's going up. I think everyone's going to suffer in the main, aren't they? Alan Trotter, definite recession. Well, they reckon by Christmas we'll be in one that will last at least a year. That's the prediction. Where else are we? A quick example. Compare the price of something in America to the price of that same thing here, remembering $1 equals £1. Not a lot in it really now, is there? Not a lot in it. Just seeing Julie Baldwin says 110 likes. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it. We've got 121 watching at the moment. Yeah, can never get bored of ladies' fashion. Ladies and ladies' fashion. Yeah, will we still have free speech, just not on certain platforms? I mean, even now, I mean, all I do is just report and give an opinion based on what's up here and just talk. But there's a lot of subjects that even, you know, YouTube doesn't like you going near. You'll probably work out subjects I won't go near, or if I do, it will be skirt around the edge just ever so slightly. I mean, I've had it said to me many times before, do I put another channel somewhere else and use this to, you know, to give me a little bit more freedom of speech? But, you know, I quite like YouTube. It does everything it says on the tin. It does everything I want it to. So there you go. What MSM did to Katie's character because truth hurts. Yeah, got that one. Let's scroll up. Jason, by the way, Andy, I always give taxi drivers a tip, as my friend was a taxi driver and he would tell me how much the drivers earn and the hours. You do an important job, mate, so thank you. Thank you, Jason. I really appreciate that. That makes it all worthwhile, comments like that. No, I get many of them with my business as well, so thank you. I appreciate it, and I hope I do a worthwhile thing here too for everybody. Do you agree we're already in a recession, nearly in a depression? I'm afraid I agree with that, looking at, you know, everything, income's going down, prices going up. It's shit. We're on a knife edge, really. Just seeing what else we got here. Yeah, what a choice. Sunak or Truss, both are totally untrustworthy, and the British people need to elect their leader and stop this ridiculous nonsense of their party electing them. Should be the people. Yeah, look out for my video later, Honesty and Truth. Funny looking cab. Hi, mate. Yeah, absolutely, Steve Miles. I've got to look at backdrops and things like that. People have suggested them. Right. Where are we? Alan Edge, no sound. Yeah. I think that with the video, I think I had to turn my own volume up. I think that was the thing. But, right, everybody, thank you very much for coming to this unscheduled live stream. I just wanted to give you a little extra today as I was here. Oh, hi, Mick Hardstaff. See you in the chat there. I'm off to my mates later, so there won't actually be a live later on, but I might try and do a little walk along or something while I'm wandering around the streets. And tomorrow there'll be some more content for you, and there will be a live in the evening as usual. But I will probably be back in my garage. I'm only in here today because I've got the place to myself. Well, I did have the place to myself until I got invaded by family, but there you go. And that's it. So look out for the content today. I think it's 5, 7, and 9 o'clock they come out. To give you a clue, and there'll be more stuff tomorrow. So until next time, folks, toodaloo, take care.